My name is Emma, and today I need to tell you the real story of my friend Maya. It's about trust broken and dreams crushed. It still hurts to remember. Maya was the hardest worker I ever knew. She poured her soul into her job at that marketing firm, Carson and Reed. Her boss was Mr. Henderson. He seemed nice enough at first, always smiling, always saying the right things. Maya started as a junior coordinator 5 years ago. She worked late nights. She skipped lunches. She took on projects no one else wanted. She believed in climbing the ladder. Her parents were immigrants. They sacrificed everything. She wanted to make them proud. So she gave Carson and Reed everything she had. Mr. Henderson noticed. He started dropping hints. Big hints. "You're going places, Maya," he'd say. "Stick with me. That senior manager spot? It's practically yours next quarter." Her heart would soar every time. He started giving her more responsibility. Much more. She managed key accounts alone. She trained new hires. She even started doing parts of his job. Preparing his reports. Drafting his presentations. "This is excellent experience for your upcoming role," he'd assure her. "Just need to get through this busy period. Promotion is imminent." Imminent became his favorite word. But next quarter kept passing by. Nothing happened. Just more promises. More extra work. I remember meeting her for coffee one stressed Tuesday. Dark circles under her eyes. She looked exhausted. "He says it's definitely happening after the fiscal year-end review, she whispered, trying to convince herself. "He says I'm his top pick." I felt a knot in my stomach. I'd heard similar stories before. I squeezed her hand. "Just be careful, Maya." She waved me off. "He trusts me. He needs me." That's what worried me. Then came the whispers. A senior manager position did open up. Excitement buzzed around Maya. Colleagues congratulated her in advance. Priya, her desk mate, even baked celebratory muffins. Mr. Henderson called her into his glass office. The usual fake plants. The stale coffee smell. He beamed. "Maya. Big things. Huge. That position? We're finalizing. You're the obvious choice. Just need you to handle the Anderson campaign launch solo. Crush this, and it's yours. Trust me." The Anderson campaign was a monster. 3 people usually handled it. Maya didn't hesitate. "Absolutely, Mr. Henderson. Thank you for the opportunity." She worked like a demon for 6 weeks. Barely slept. Cancelled our birthday dinner. Her whole life was that campaign. It launched successfully. Huge win for the company. Mr. Henderson got public praise from the CEO. Maya waited. And waited. Silence about the promotion. Then, a company-wide email pinged. My heart stopped when I read it. Priya called me immediately, her voice shaking. "Emma, it's not Maya." The new senior manager was Raj. Raj, who joined barely a year ago. Raj, whose biggest achievement seemed to be laughing loudly at Mr. Henderson's bad jokes. Raj, who constantly asked Maya for help on basic tasks. Maya just stood there, frozen, staring at her screen, the email blurring, the world crashing down. All those late nights, all that trust, all those imminent promises. Meaningless. She finally marched to Mr. Henderson's office. "Nonak." Her voice was eerily calm. "Right." "Seriously?" Mr. Henderson looked flustered. He shuffled papers. Avoided her eyes. "Maya. Great work on Anderson. Phenomenal. Raj, well, he brings different strengths. Strategic vision, you know? Client-facing polish. We needed that profile." Maya cut him off. "Different strengths? Like being the CEO's nephew?" Mr. Henderson went bright red. That's irrelevant. The decision was multifaceted. Very complex. Your time will come. Next cycle, definitely. We value you immensely." That word, value, it hung in the air like poison. She finally saw it. The whole charade. The years of dangling the carrot. The endless next quarters. The extra work disguised as development. It wasn't about her potential. It was about her usefulness. Her cheap labor. He never planned to promote her. He couldn't afford to lose such an efficient workhorse. Promoting her meant replacing her output. Raj was just a convenient excuse. Nepotism sealed the deal. The realization hit her like ice water. Not anger at first, just cold, crushing clarity. She wasn't being developed. She was being used. Played for a fool. Her dedication was her weakness he exploited. Trust me was his weapon. She saw the flicker of guilt in his eyes, quickly buried under practiced corporate nonsense. That flicker told her everything. He knew. He always knew. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. Not then. She just looked at him. Really looked at him. The shiny bald spot. The cheap tie. The emptiness behind the smile. I see, she said quietly. Thank you for clarifying my value. She turned and walked out. She cleared her desk that afternoon. Priya helped, tears streaming down both their faces. Mr. Henderson stayed hidden in his office. It took Maya months to recover. The betrayal cut deep. She questioned her worth, her judgment. She felt stupid for believing. But slowly she rebuilt. She found a smaller agency. A boss who actually mentored her. Who promoted her within a year based on real merit. She learned a brutal lesson about blind trust. She told me later, the moment she truly knew wasn't when Raj got promoted. It was seeing that flicker in Henderson's eyes. That split second of exposed guilt before the mask slammed back down. It was realizing the promises weren't just delayed. They were deliberate lies. Tools to keep her running on his hamster wheel. Some bosses, Emma, they don't see people. They see resources. Assets to be leveraged until they break. Maya wasn't broken. She was forged harder. But the scar from that betrayal? It's still there. A reminder to look beyond the shiny promises. To watch the actions, not just the words. And to never, ever let someone else define your worth with empty, trust me's, ever again. In starting part of video, I shared how my friend Maya was betrayed by her boss, Mr. Henderson. She walked away shattered. But Maya? She wasn't broken for long. Now, I tell you how she found her strength, and how the universe, sometimes, delivers justice in the most satisfying ways. This isn't a story of scheming or malice. It's about integrity, patience, and letting karma do its work. Maya took time to heal after Carson and Reed. She cried. She raged. She doubted everything. But slowly, she rebuilt herself. Her new job at the small agency, Bloom Creative, was different. Her boss, Lena, actually mentored her. Lena saw Maya's talent. She encouraged her, promoted her within a year. Maya finally felt valued. Real value, not empty words. She started to breathe again. 1 year after leaving Carson and Reed, Maya felt solid. She was leading her own team at Bloom. She was happy. But the sting of Henderson's betrayal never fully faded. It wasn't hate. It was a deep sense of injustice. A lesson learned the hard way. She rarely talked about him, but she watched. Quietly. Priya, her old desk mate, stayed at Carson and Reed. They met for coffee every month. Priya kept Maya updated. It's getting worse, Maya, Priya whispered one afternoon. Raj is drowning. He has no idea how to handle the accounts you built. Clients are complaining. Henderson's solution? Push Priya harder. He's using the same lines on me, Priya sighed. Stick with me, Priya. Big things coming. Sound familiar? Maya felt a cold anger. The cycle was repeating. Then came the interesting news. Carson and Reed landed a massive new client, Solara Tech. A huge win. Henderson took all the credit, of course. Priya called Maya furious. Guess what? He used your old Anderson campaign strategy to pitch them. Your exact structure. Your slides. He just swapped the logos. Maya felt a strange calm. Henderson was getting lazy. And arrogant. He thought he could steal her work forever, without consequence. Maya didn't react immediately. She didn't storm into his office. Revenge served hot is messy. Maya preferred it cold. Precise. She focused on her own work at Bloom. She built campaigns. She won clients. She became known for her innovative strategies. Her reputation grew. Quietly. 6 months later, Bloom Creative was pitching for a major account, a competitor to Solara Tech Nova Dynamics. They needed something fresh, something disruptive. Maya poured her heart into the pitch. She developed a brilliant strategy, completely original, powerful. Lena loved it. The Bloom team presented to Nova Dynamics. It was a triumph. They won the account. The kicker? Nova Dynamics insisted Maya personally lead the campaign launch. They wanted her vision, her execution. News travels fast in the marketing world, especially big wins. Maya knew Henderson would hear about it. She knew he'd panic. Solara Tech was his biggest client now, and Nova Dynamics was their fiercest rival. Priya called again, breathless. Henderson is freaking out. Solara Tech saw the Nova Dynamics announcement. They know you are leading it. They asked Henderson point-blank if he stole your work for their campaign. Maya allowed herself a small, tight smile. She hadn't targeted Henderson. She'd just done her job exceptionally well. She'd become undeniable. Her success was the spotlight. Henderson's stolen work was suddenly exposed in its glare. Henderson scrambled. He tried to bully Priya into backing up his lies. He claimed the strategy was his original idea all along. But Priya had finally had enough. The years of manipulation, the broken promises. Seeing Maya thrive elsewhere gave her courage. No, Mr. Henderson, Priya told him firmly. It was Maya's strategy. I helped her build the Anderson campaign files you used. Henderson turned purple. Meanwhile, Maya's campaign for Nova Dynamics launched. It was a sensation. Innovative. Effective. It directly challenged Solara Tech's market position. Solara Tech executives were furious. Their campaign, built on Maya's stolen strategy, suddenly looked stale. Weak. They felt fooled. They called a crisis meeting with Carson and Reed's top brass. Henderson was summoned. He tried to bluster, to shift blame. But the evidence was stacking up. Priya had quietly documented everything. Timestamps on files. Old emails where Maya presented the original strategy. She shared them with Marcus Reed, the CEO Henderson feared. Not out of revenge for Maya. Out of self-preservation, and finally doing the right thing. The final blow came from an unexpected place. Raj. Facing the heat himself, Raj panicked. He threw Henderson under the bus to save his own skin. It was all Mr. Henderson's idea. Raj told Marcus Reed. He said Maya wouldn't mind. He said she was gone. The cowardice was complete. Marcus Reed wasn't stupid. He saw the pattern. Henderson's reliance on stolen work. His exploitation of talent. His promotion of incompetent relatives. The loss of a major client. The damage to the agency's reputation. It was too much. Priya called Maya one Tuesday morning. Her voice was flat. Tired. He's gone, Maya. No name needed. Cleared his desk last night. Security escorted him out. There was no celebration in Priya's tone. Just relief. Exhaustion. Maya sat quietly for a long moment. She felt no surge of triumph. No need to dance. She felt settled. A deep, quiet sense of closure. Henderson hadn't been destroyed by her hand. He'd been destroyed by his own lies. His own greed. His own inability to value real talent. Her excellence, shining brightly elsewhere, had simply illuminated his rot for everyone to see. She met Priya for coffee that weekend. Priya looked lighter. Reed offered me Maya's old role. Properly. With the title and pay. Maya smiled genuinely. You deserve it, Priya. You always did. They toasted with their lattes. To new beginnings. To integrity. Revenge, Maya told me later, wasn't about hurting him back. It was about proving his judgment wrong. It was about building a life and career so bright, it cast his betrayal into sharp, undeniable relief. It was about letting his own choices be his downfall. She never said his name again. She didn't need to. The best revenge was living well, living honestly, and knowing that sometimes the universe settles the score all by itself.